We're here at the island in Schuylkill Haven, as you can see by the ball field back here. Well, really the island is a large peninsula with the Schuylkill River going around it, and of course you have the borough of Schuylkill Haven all around it too. There's a trail that parallels the river and also some neat areas for people to do nature exploration. I know later this summer we're going to have another wildlife day camp, and for more information you can contact the Schuylkill Haven Recreation Department. Well, let's point out some plants that we have here on the island, and we have some like even right over here. Take a look at these. These are extremely common, and they can be found basically anywhere, like roadsides, waste places, your backyard, front yard. This is called daisy fleabane, and at one time, this is what people believe, you would take these right here, hang them upside down, and it's supposed to get all the fleas out of your cabin. Well, that would be an interesting thing to do. You could try that. We also have oxeye daisy still in bloom right here, and you can take a look at how the middle, it looks like an eye from an ox, hence the name oxeye daisy. And of course, with it being summertime now, you can see the taller plants of goldenrod, and it always seems that as summer progresses, the plants get taller. And of course, in early August, maybe even late July, you'll start seeing the yellow plumes of the goldenrods. And in the distance there, you can see some trees. One right in there is mulberry. What's neat about mulberry is no two leaves look alike. That's so specific to that type of tree species. And of course, mulberries make mulberries, and birds love them. Hey, let's come around the corner here, check this out. You know, you have to say you're from the coal region when you know what this stuff is. This goes by more than one name. Japanese knotweed is the primary name, fleece flower is another, monster weed because it takes over, bamboo, wild bamboo, all that. But this plant right here is common, especially along waterways, and it'll have, you know, cream colored flowers. And I'm told by a local beekeeper that, believe it or not, even though this is an invasive, the flowers produce the best kind of honey. So you have to go, you know, that's one of those things that make you go, Is it, you have a good thing here, then you also have the not so good thing. But what I like is, you can take a leaf off, and this is what I learned up in the coal region in Girardville. You take this, and you smack this leaf, and it makes a popping sound. Like that. And there's a lot of kids that like to do that right there, you know, so just go like this and makes a popping sound. So it's kind of fun to have that. You know, here on the island, they have a number of wild black cherry trees. Even though these are green now, they will turn black. And boy, do the birds go bonkers over them. Now here in this part of Pennsylvania, wild black cherry trees are not as big as the ones that you'd find up in northern Pennsylvania, which you'll find massive wild black cherry. But this right here, at this time of the year, you know, beginning of summer, we have just the green balls here that they're unripe, but soon, in the next couple weeks, they should be okay. So, but the birds, they go nuts over there. That's a nice tree there. It's good for wildlife. You know, they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Well, here's a common, quote, weed, but oh boy, you have to admit that the purple flowers do look pretty cool when you take a close look at them. This is knapweed, and of all places, it's located right next to the railroad area here on the island, and the soil conditions have got to be challenging. But boy, knapweed, it meets that challenge. It can grow definitely there and anywhere. This is a common plant right here. You know, if you take a look down the line here, that's a lot of knotweed. That's a lot. And again, another name is monsterweed. It really could take over. Hey, right behind me, mixed in with the knotweed, is one of my favorite trees right here. This is called Staghorn sumac, or Schumac, depending on who you talk with. And no, it's not the poison sumac. Poison sumac has white berries. In fact, there's a basic rule of thumb. Poisonous plants have white berries. Well, poison ivy, case in point, white berries. Anyway, here's this right here. Usually the clumps are a lot bigger than this, but this is Staghorn sumac because they think it looked like the horn of a buck deer, even though it should be an antler, but well, that's what they call it, Staghorn sumac. But the berries, once they're ready, people would mix it with spring water, steep the berries for a few days, scoop the berries out, and then mix in some honey, and oh my word, you've got a nice drink that tastes like strawberries and kiwis mixed together. That's our plant tour of the island here in Schuylkill Haven.